unless it's my work, and in which case I didn't do it. You can't prove it. You can just
Exactly.
say
And
that
we
you
are
saw
live,
it.
Missy.
Hello.
People that probably aren't in the chat yet.
No news.
It's because I haven't tweeted the link yet.
Ah.
All right.
You know
So
how
I
I
am
do.
joined by Ali as always, and then we got Stella or
Sestra.
Sestra. Sestra.
It'd be awesome if it was Stella. Stella!
No.
Well, at least if I say in Stella, it wouldn't be so awkward as if I said in Sestra.
Ancestra. Yeah, no. Don't need any more Amos Yee freaking like supporters.
Man, YouTube's already getting too
That's
racy.
Yeah, I mean, there's all these pedophile
Sending people to
crap
look
going
for
on.
baby sex and
You heard about that in Sestra?
Yeah. Oh yeah. No, it's completely freaking disgusting to me. I don't understand how or why YouTube would have the foresight and ability to go, no, that's hate speech, and then completely gloss over all of the freaking like child pornish type stuff that isn't really porn, but pedophiles get off on it.
Whole Elsa stuff.
Oh yeah, Elsa Gate and all of the, hey, look at me spank Spider-Man, literally.
But yeah. Like, it's
that's
not
so
like
crazy.
this isn't something that people have been raising concerns about for literal decades, but no, they only decided to care when people actually started to raise issues.
All we have to do is go to the New York Times now.
You know,
Let them know, and ta-da!
It kind of shows that YouTube keeps saying that we can negotiate with YouTube. If they're just like an issue that we've been bringing up for however long, what hope is there that they're going to listen to us with anything else?
True. Very, very true.
I don't know. Some people just seem really ignorant about the situation.
Just the fact that they're focusing so much more on the other
Sargon
stuff that
types.
goes on. Yeah. Than the actual real shit that should be fucking banned from this site that's supposed to be.
And now we're all going to take a hit for it.
Yeah. If they just would have done their jobs in the first place.
So I will give YouTube this, that since it is a decently big platform, they may not be able to thing, but it still seems weird that they haven't been keeping an eye on this for this long. Apparently searched so much that it's in the top 2 results on YouTube. One moment.
I just don't understand how they can't fix that. Like, they have algorithms for literally everything, and you can't have an algorithm for like not being able to search how to have sex with children on your site. Like,
they probably do. Like, there is that whole thing of like that gross guy, Anrosi or whatever, who was arguing for it.
There's a part of me that thinks that he may be trolling, but there's also, just because of his smirks, but there's also a part that's just like, oh, you're creeping me out regardless.
It's hard to tell whether he's a real pedophile or not, but he's like, people say he's just trolling. Yeah, this is kind of a weird thing to troll with.
Yeah, like, why would you want to troll That's your whole shtick. I tell people I'm a pedophile, but I'm not. Like,
saying he's a pedophile.
What?
Yes, things that make you go.
So who is this guy? Who is
Amos
this guy? Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, that's who I'm thinking of.
Oh God! So what was it? A year and a half, maybe 2 years ago, he
escaped Singapore apparently, and
yeah, he was talking shit about religion and just the country out there, and they wanted him to go into jail for it, and everybody, on Western modern civilization was just like, what the F? And so he ran here, was in jail for like 10 months here in America, and then got out, and now he's talking about pedophilia again, because he did one before he even left or went in, and people were like, ugh. He just wants attention.
That's so weird.
Chased after.
Yeah.
The whole argument is that kids can't theoretically consent.
Yeah.
And like people, like with people who say he's trolling, it's like, yeah, but if he's not funny, then it's kind of failing. Like, pedophilia is one of those few things that if you don't make a good, funny joke about it, you are gonna uncomfortable and at worst look like a creep.
See? Yeah, that's the way that I see.
Yeah. It's the same thing with that whole drama with Contra and Susanna. It's like, yeah, maybe, but those jokes were not funny in his little videos.
Yeah.
What
I'm talking about, or
yeah, I just there's certain things that like, yeah, you can joke about it, and yeah, you can say whatever you want to say about it because that's your right. But why? Like, what does that achieve anything or help you?
Not necessarily when it's with pedophilia.
I don't understand.
It's not to say that
you
can't make jokes about pedophilia, and it's not to say I haven't seen jokes that are actually humorous with it, like a little joke thing with Google, how when you search things into Google, it gives you weird results. And one thing he did is on Google, and they apparently had put that mayonnaise on your child. The absurdity of that.
Ugh.
And then he pointed out that anyone who searches this is put on the FBI's child sex register or whatever it's called.
Ugh.
Yeah, it's just so weird.
Good.
And he was only making a joke with the people searching it, because you got to realize a bunch of people have to be searching that for it to be in. And he pointed out how read that out.
I think the funniest thing was William pointed out, he's like, there are a lot of dumb people if they have to search how to have sex, which that's a fair point. But at the same time, like, ugh, really? It's so disgusting. I don't know. Pedophilia just seems, it's like one of those like areas you don't really touch as far as like.
Well, I hope you don't.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
see, you gotta make something funny about it in order to talk about it. Otherwise, ugh.
Gonna be uncomfortable or plain out creepy. I
mean, how do you even feel good about yourself searching that? Like, how to have sex with children. Why?
I have a very hard time believing you'd find anything on YouTube.
It's just so weird.
But it'd probably bring up something like 2 little girls playing house. Ugh.
It's like stuff like maybe stuff that Onision was getting called out for.
God.
Well, that's another thing. Like, so many people got on him for doing that, which, like, I get it. You know, he's an idiot, but, like, eh. And
YouTube still didn't care then.
right.
Just pointing that out. YouTube did not care when Onision.
But I don't think that Onision is a pedophile.
No.
There are people on YouTube who are pedophiles who will say things, and YouTube is just like, it's their platform. But then you get a community guideline strike. Like, I got a community guideline strike for porn on YouTube because I played porn noises. Now there's no nudity. There was nothing. You know, it's just noises.
So that means that neither of us can moan right now because Vulcan would get demonetized.
You'd get, community guideline strike.
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
Before this is over, there's no. But yeah, like, and the argument that I had was Milo Stewart did the same thing. She played a game called Straights or Seagulls, and played a bunch of porn noises and a bunch of seagull noises. It was actually really funny. But, like, I was just like, why does it have to be straights though? Like, why can't it just be sex noises? Like, all people having sex. So I found a non-binary porn star, and I watched her porn, and I clipped out her porn noises. And the point of the video was, see, everybody sounds this way. And I did like a minute and a half of just this, you know, non-binary chick. It was a picture of her, and she was just going, for like a minute and a half. And they were like, you can't do that. And I was like, what?
Like, why not?
But this one did it, and she did it in a way to demean someone's sexuality. I didn't demean anybody.
Yeah.
I was trying to, you know, prove a point that everybody's the same, and they fucking re-uploaded my video because of it, and took away the community guideline strike. I was like, owned it.
Nice. Hey, yeah.
God, Emperor Willie, I do not know why you are listening to people talk about porn on a live stream.
Does it make you uncomfortable?
No, you have the name Willie in your... Must make you smile. At least. We got to non-binary porn from pedophilia.
I would much rather talk about non-binary porn than pedophilia.
I thought it was... I thought it was hysterical. Like, what? I did not think I could actually find one. And she came up, and she's got a website, and she's from Canada, and she has the most god-awful porn voice you've ever heard in your life. Like, just
was the porn at least
terrible.
Decent?
No, the porn was terrible. It was about 2 dancers. So the guy dancer was not practicing, and so she was his teacher. So he's like, all right, I guess you got to run me through the routine. And she's like, yeah, I'm going to run you through the routine, baby.
God.
Oh, it was fucking terrible. And so then, like, they start doing the little dance, and she's like, why aren't you practicing? And then he's like, I'm so sorry. And she's like, all right, let's get to it. And then they end up fucking. And I'm not really sure how that devolved from a dance lesson into fucking, but it's porn, so that's how. And then he's like, oh, baby, you're a great teacher. And she's like, oh, yeah, just go on, tell me all about it. And I'm like, ah!
Boot it?
Canadians!
Oh, God. I feel
it was
dirty.
Awful. So bad. Like, it was the worst. The worst porn.
Hey, Jason, you're a little late with that because we already talked about that whole issue with type how to have into YouTube.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, man. I mean, I
how
know cats are a little...
the knife game.
Yeah, how to have sex with your kids, how to have sex kids.
And then a little ways down, how to have sex in school.
How to have sex in school.
Which, to be fair with that one, it doesn't necessarily mean kids.
How to have your
college kids can do that. Hell, I can give them tips.
That's one way to get an A.
Right.
Oh God. Why are people even searching these things? Like, what the fuck? I think it's funny. How to have sex with your kids, how to have sex kids, how to have a lucid dream, how to have your first kiss, how to have clear skin, how to have good handwriting, how to have sex in school, how to have confidence, and how to have a successful YouTube channel.
Oh my God.
So like, more people care about having sex with kids than having a
successful YouTube channel. Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah, it's even in the top 3.
Yeah, why isn't How to Get Away with Murder on there? That's the one I need.
Are you kidding me? There are so many freaking shows out there that have taught you how to do that.
I know, right?
CSI, for example.
Or the literal show, How to Get Away with Murder.
Yeah. I watch all of the true crime ones, and I see where they fuck up, and I'm like, okay, if this is the plan that I'm gonna have,
don't do that.
I'm not gonna do this. Like, yeah, like, don't get the bloodlust, because that always catches them. like
my only criteria is don't do what they do.
If you bury 2 people in your backyard, that's one thing. But when you start burying like 15 or 20, they're gonna come looking.
Yeah. This stream is somehow taking a dark undertone.
They need X-ray satellites, right? So like, I mean, I guess that would be really terrible because everybody would get cancer from all the beams. But like, if you're looking for something, just like turn on the satellite X-ray and you're like, whoa, look at that backyard. It's riddled with bones.
Oh gosh.
All the police turn
Pretty
up.
Pretty much every American house.
The police turn up and it's just like a pet graveyard. They're like, oh, these are all our family pets. And they're like, oh man, we thought this was a murder house. No.
Murder house.
Well.
Dexter is honestly how I plan to kill people. Just get a lot of lime. No salt.
So do we want to continue with this, or do we want to go to something else?
Vulcan's uncomfortable with learning how to kill people.
Darn.
Well,
make it look like an accident, like blunt force. Just pour a lot of water on the floor by the bathtub and push them. And then...
Well, why need to push them when they can just kill themselves that way?
Well, you can't guarantee that someone's going to slip. I mean...
So if you keep telling someone a bunch of jokes and they keep laughing for the duration and they die from laughter, are you a murderer?
Hmm.
Can you actually die from laughter?
I think I've heard like something like that on 1,000 Ways to Die.
I love that show. My favorite is the one where the guy gets shit canned.
What?
Was that the one where he was trying to get high off shit in a porta potty and it blew off?
Oh gosh.
No. He was trying to. So for some reason, his ex-girlfriend invited him to her wedding. Like, I guess they were still friends or whatever. And so she's like, oh, the best idea is to invite my ex-boyfriend to my wedding. So he like paid the waiter to give her a laxative in her champagne because he thought it would be, funny. He wanted a little bit of revenge, whatever. So the waiter was like, that's fucked up. It's her wedding. So put the laxative in his drink. And then like, as the night's going on, he's getting the porch sweats. And so he like runs to the bathroom. There's somebody in the bathroom. He's like, I really gotta go. There's no place to go. So he sits on a trash can and he's shitting himself. And he falls into the trash can, gets stuck, and then he's trying to get himself out. And as he's trying to jimmy himself out, the trash can falls over and rolls down a cliff. Oh, and because of the way that he is in there, he like died. He got crushed in the can of his own shit.
Oh man.
I'm like, that's
That's probably the saddest way to go.
Priceless.
Can I point out that there were two people having sex in the bathroom when he was looking for one?
What?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That's right.
That's amazing. Well, it is a wedding.
It was ridiculous.
Allie's gonna get married to me, Parsnip.
Oh, I just typed something else. Well, now he's got some competition.
Right.
Yeah, Seeps.
Oh, CP.
What was the other one? Oh, there was a furry that was out and he was smoking peyote. And
then he fucked a bear.
That's all you need to know. But like,
yes.
then he saw a bear and he was like, "Oh, look at that sexy bear," and it was an actual bear. And he tried to have sex with it, and the bear mauled him to death.
You remember the one where the guy was like addicted to? No, the girl was addicted to vomit, and then she just goes up to some guy and just sticks her finger down his throat after he won a hot dog eating contest, and then they threw up.
And she choked on the hot dog pieces.
Yeah.
That's priceless. I need to watch this show more often. Like, I think I've only seen like 2 or 3, and they were mostly stupid and stuff, funny.
It's like the Darwin Awards. Like, it is so terrible. What was the other? There was like, this guy tried to give himself, he wanted to get really drunk. He's an alcoholic. So he gives himself an alcohol enema. And it's so much because there's so many different blood vessels like in your ass that he got so drunk so fast he died. And his wife was watching him and she's just like, "Oh no." And I'm like, why'd you pour a gallon of alcohol into your asshole? Like, what the
All you need is like a shot from what I've heard.
Yeah.
Things that I would never do.
It was Bering. Bering was the one who mauled the furry.
You know what? That's not the craziest thing he would do. Oh, apparently he's gone off of Twitter.
Yeah, he got booted because Christy Winters is an idiot. Yeah, Fisty. she's like, I keep reporting him, and I'm like, you're abusing the reporting system. I think everybody should just report her. Just you're a bully and you're harassing. You're specifically targeting this one guy. Which,
well, to be fair, she doesn't just target him. She also targets Sargon.
And that's the thing. Like,
my thing. Oh, go ahead.
They don't realize that they're like, oh, targeted harassment. And it's like you're doing the same thing, but on a massively obsessive scale. Like, enormously obsessive.
Yeah.
See, and that's what I think is I'm just like, you know what? It's okay if people have beef and then go at each other, but at some point in time, you have to fucking stop.
Right.
Like
I don't know.
She's had him silenced how many times she said so herself. So, bitch, why do you keep trying? Are you that fucking bitter?
Well, then she goes after his fans, like, so he's gone off Twitter. And then she goes after his fans. She's like, see, this is the kind of behavior. Why are you paying attention to it? Like, you're giving it a platform, dumb fuck. Like, I understand that you're gross and ugly and fat and lonely and all those other things that make for the perfect combination of being a disgusting feminist who has no idea how to make a fucking sandwich, which is fine. But keep it to yourself. Like, your internalized misandry is just... it's peaking and it's becoming autistic at this point. Like, cut it out. Like, you're just looking insane. You already got rid of him on one platform. Now you're just getting rid of everyone who associates with him. Like, if you watch a Bering video, you are the scum of the fucking earth, and I will make sure that I get rid of your Twitter. Don't you have other things to do? And then she talks about it. I have so much other stuff to do. No, you don't. No, you don't.
You only go after him or Sargon.
Like if you really had other things to do, like brush your goddamn hair, please. I can't.
Maybe get rid of those cobwebs on your vagina.
Dust that off. Nobody else is gonna want to. Christy is my only
The funny
YouTube crush.
thing is, there's only one because only one Spider-Man was willing to do it.
Oh God!
It's one of those Halloween synthetic cobwebs.
Oh.
Just beat the dust off it, like. So,
it's interesting how these streams start so serious and then we go into a serious topic and then it just devolves.
Well, I mean,
twisted people, twisted minds, twisted topics.
Oh yeah, she did. She totally doxed Bering.
Yep.
That's right.
And then she's saying that he doxed himself.
She is crazy, like obsessed with this guy. You know, like she's just jealous because Sugar Tits is so hot.
Oh my God, yes.
She's like, how does this asshole get a hot chick? He shouldn't have a hot chick. I should have a hot chick, but nobody loves me because I'm gross.
And to me, like, between the looks and the personality, the looks actually aren't that bad. I've seen a hell of a lot worse, but the personality for me is what makes it even worse. On the other hand, I would have no problem talking with her. I am definitely one of those people that will
crossover.
I can empathize with them, and not that it excuses one's behavior, but it makes why they behave the way they do more understandable. I would love to sit down and talk with her.
That's the thing. Like, I don't mind talking to any of these people. Like, so like Woolly Bumblebee and Christiosity and Woolly Bumblebee's husband, whoever he is, some rando, all tweeted at me that I was stupid. And I tweeted back, I'm like, why do you say that? And none of them could answer. They're like, I'm not going to answer that. I'm like, because you don't know. Like, you have no opinion. Your only opinion is that I'm stupid. You don't actually know what you're opining about. And they're like, no, you're dumb, blah, blah, blah. Okay. But I have no problem having a discussion. But if you're just going to immediately say, like, you're dumb and I've written you off, you're not worth my time in having a discussion. I'm just going to make merciless fun of you. and if that happens to be me calling you, you know, disgusting and ugly and all the other, then that's just what it's going to be, because that's what I do. But, like, I think 9 times out of 10, when I say things like that, it's just, I don't know, maybe like persona a little bit, because I don't actually feel that way. But God damn it, sometimes it's because you know where to hit them that it's going to hurt the most. And so you're just like,
I'm good and bad about that too.
Right.
Oh.
We're talking real bad. We're talking found out someone was adopted and they decided to get in a fight with me, and at least my parents loved me enough to keep me. Yeah. Oh, I can get down and mean. It's not nice.
You know, the thing about adopted kids that people don't realize, like, is like, okay, so your parents had you and they kept you.
No, that was just a burn on her, because I know that she was insecure about it. There are most of them, and me personally, I'm like, no, it's totally fucking cool, and if I would, I'd totally adopt.
Right.
I don't want to have kids of my own. But I don't need to pass on my fucked up genes. But, oh no, yep.
Oh no, but you can definitely play in the mud, but like, fucking the adopted kids have the trump card, because like, they're like, your parents got stuck with you. My parents picked me. They actually wanted to hang out with me. But fucking none of them say it. And I'm like, you
and
dick,
she didn't take it that way.
Card.
And I was waiting for her to fucking pull something like that, and she didn't. But again, it was something. Do. Yeah, I was just like, I can get evil. I don't like being evil, but I can get evil. It's because I can figure out the evil shit. I haven't done that in years, though. And
I do
adulting.
it
God.
all the time because I don't have time. Like, if I need to eliminate somebody, they need to be eliminated quickly, so I don't have to deal with it. Like, and then...
Why do you think she's watching all these true crime stories to see what to do and what not to do?
Oh, dang.
Right?
True, though.
But, like...
Everybody, run away!
But, like, for real. And then every now and then you get, like, these crazies who, like, just want more abuse. And I'm like, do you get off on this? You just get off on me abusing you? Is that what you want? Because this is fun for me. Like, I don't take this seriously at all. What?
Maybe that was the whole thing with Vernon Loving.
Oh, good Lord. It's just not even worth mentioning. But, like, those people. But, yeah, I mean, like, people that, like, I mean, they'll just keep coming for more, and they're like, you know, oh, I'm going to insult you again. And I'm like, you do realize this is the internet. Like, if I don't want to read it, I just go. And I don't ever have to see it again. Like,
yeah.
You don't matter to me. You're not in my face mattering to me. Like, I don't know. If you were in my face, I'd probably hate you. Like, because that's the type of person that I am. Like, you annoy me too much, eventually, like, the fists are going to fly. And I box. So, like, pretty good at
It'll
it.
turn you into fisty splinters. Literally.
Yeah. I'm actually Fisty Splinter, so she can give Bearing back his Twitter account. I know she runs Twitter and whatever, so, you know, now everybody knows it's me, it's not her. It was a big secret.
That makes me so scared.
I love how she's like, it's a sexual slur, and he's like, it's nothing to do with that.
Can you imagine actually getting splinters from someone fisting
That's
you?
why I was cringing. It's like, you're actually the...
No one really wants to get fisted like that. No one wants splinters in their butthole.
No, not really. No.
Oh my god.
Or anywhere
it's
else.
So funny. I love how he's just totally full of shit. He's like, it's not a sexual slur. It's from the feminist fist raising, and I'm like, oh, come on.
That's pulling at straws, but
yeah, Bearing, because he's like, it's not a sexual slur, and I'm like, come on, you're Australian. We know that everything in Australia revolves around cunts. Seeps knows. He'll tell you.
Yeah, after all, they got a cunty boat over there.
No, that's not in Australia. That's in Norway.
Seeps is seeing it though, so it's in Australia now.
They might take tours in Australia. The boat is a world traveler. There's one in Miami, and I intend on getting down there and getting a picture of it at some point. But pretty lazy, and I don't know when they leave.
We've gone this long without getting to a single article.
We don't need it. We got this.
We're having fun without it.
Yeah, no, I don't see Australia on here. Norwegian coast, Antarctica, Caribbean, crossing the Atlantic, Europe, Greenland, Iceland, North America, the Northwest Passage, South America. Yeah.
So they go all the way to South America.
Yeah.
So would that be a plan for you to just go ride on that boat and see what happens?
To go ride on the boat? Yeah, man. Wherever I am is Australia. Australia, cunt. Yeah, I think that's a lifelong goal of mine, to get at some point on that boat.
Apparently, Manic Idiot posted a screenshot on how Pornhub does not have the same as YouTube.
I love
when you
Manic
search
Idiot.
how to have.
It's probably like I don't even want to know. Let's see. Manic. Yeah, I don't even.
To be fair, though, we haven't done any poetry either yet.
Hmm?
Oh, here's Pornhub. How to have a
meaningful relationship.
How to have a meaningful discussion with your significant other. How to have lifelong healthy relationships. How to have constructive conversation about politics. How to have a sense of humor. How to have pedophile results not show up in your search bar.
Wow.
So, like, the people on Pornhub are trying to avoid the pedophile stuff. How to have a sold-out free speech event. How to have a victim-free culture. Yeah, the people on Pornhub are pretty, good for them.
The only people on Pornhub are shitlords.
Pornhub are very concerned about not being linked to pedophilia. And people on YouTube are like, fuck it. How to have sex with kids.
Well, to be fair, you don't search for sex with kids on the places where people would expect.
I guess not. That's rule 101, I guess. Just
Not that I would know or anything.
Jeez. I wouldn't. I'm like the complete opposite. But my whole world was opened up when I went to look for non-binary porn because I don't watch porn, and there's just so much out there.
You poor unfortunate soul.
Yeah,
why do that when you can just look at people on YouTube?
I just watch myself, but but yeah, I mean, I don't get off on it, so like I never really sought it out, and like I'm weird when I watch porn. So they came out with that Pirates of the Caribbean porn, and it's like 3 hours, 2 discs. I don't know, some long ass shit, and I kept trying to follow the plot, and every time it would get to like an interesting plot point, they would fuck, and I was like, God. They're fucking again, and my friend's like, yeah, it's a porn, and I'm like, but what's gonna happen with? And she's like, I don't know. They're in the middle of the fuck scenes. Why are you asking me this? And I'm like, because I'm interested. What's gonna happen with the ship and stuff? What?
Should have skipped those.
Yeah, I could.
That
skip
was the most
porn,
expensive porn ever made.
But she was trying to, watch the porn, and I was like, well, this is why it's so long, because of all the fuck scenes. And she's like, yeah. And I'm like, why are they having a lesbian orgy now? That doesn't even make any sense with the story. And she's like, it's a porn. And I'm like, but they need to get to the place before this time, or like whatever doesn't happen. And she's like, you're an idiot. She's like, and I was getting super frustrated. I'm like, oh. Every single time they're like at a major point, somebody whips their dick out.
Were you rubbing at the same time?
So like, yeah, I just can't do porn. I'm retarded.
Don't feel bad.
Hallie gets off on my dick pics.
You can probably get more out of those.
Who doesn't?
See, and I actually laugh at porn.
I just got so frustrated. I'm like, these whores are always fucking. Why?
I've gone to
walking around swinging his dick around, and I'm like, you're supposed to be swashbuckling. Why are you all of a sudden like? How'd your dick get out?
Obviously, he removed his fly.
Somebody like cuts his belt, it falls down, his pants fall down, and the girl's like, oh. And he's like, you like what you see? And I'm like, ah, come on.
Oh my gosh.
welcome to watching a porn with me. Like, why are you trying to follow the plot points?
See, you that sit there and try and follow the plot points. Me, I sit there and I make fun of the porn. I was at a swinging pool party thing, and they had these big screens filled with like different kinds of porn. Me and my friend are sitting there in the hot tub. We're just talking to people, and I look up and I see this one scene, and I just bust out laughing. All the swingers were pissed at me for making fun of the fucking cheap ass porn. Because I was pointing out how, like, your body doesn't fucking work like that. She isn't even getting, like, any of his cock. I'm that person. You critique the points, I critique the bad sex.
It's just like everyone else is watching the porn and getting off, and I'm just really frustrated. I'm like, come on, this wouldn't happen. If you were in a sword fight and your pants fell down, you'd be really embarrassed. You wouldn't have a boner.
Well, I don't know. Maybe you'd still fight, or maybe get your dick
Depends
chopped
on
off.
the sword
Like,
fight.
I mean, he cuts her shirt and her tits fall out, and she's just like, oh. And they keep fighting, and then the pants fall down, and he's like, hey. And she's like, oh my, look at that. Maybe I should just, ah. And I'm like, you guys are just fighting. Like, now you're fucking. What? Why is his dick in your mouth right now? I'm going to come on your tits. What?
Welcome to most relationships.
You're supposed to be the captain. You're supposed to be the captain of the boat. What's going on? You're not supposed to be fucking wenches right now. And then she ends up taking over the boat because, you know, superior dick sucking skills. And I'm like, good. Now you lost the boat. You lost the boat to the pirate. And you have the prince on your boat, and the virgin princess is off having a lesbian sex orgy with God knows who.
Oh no.
She's gonna come back with AIDS.
I'm such a fucked up person. I just laughed at AIDS.
I'm an AIDS baby, so it's fun. My birthday is on World AIDS Day. I have a huge sense of humor about AIDS. I'm constantly making fun. And when people are like, it's not funny, it kills people, I'm like, listen, I have to share my birthday with AIDS. If I can't laugh at it, what am I even doing? Like, come on. They stole my fucking birthday, those AIDS fuckers.
Literally.
Yeah. You can't steal somebody's birthday and then be like, you can't make fun of them. No. You stole my birthday. AIDS' birthday present to me is I get to make as much fun of AIDS as I want all year, all the time.
Okay.
Vulcan's like, I still haven't read an article.
It's different. So, what now?
So, articles?
A bunch of them.
He's like, it's not even worth it at this point.
I mean, I still have one.
What one do you got left?
One moment. Let me screen share.
One moment in time.
YouTube culture is turning kids against art games.
I fucking love this.
I don't think I'm going to survive this. You don't have to survive. Just pretend you are until you are old enough to die.
Pretty much. Welcome to life.
Yeah. What if oxygen is actually a poison that just takes 80 years to kill you?
Right?
So,
there's no cure for dying from oxygen.
let's see. My game, Everything Is Going to Be Okay, was featured in Double Fine's Day of I have no idea what any of that means.
No, it's just to pretend like it's a big award, because I think this guy thinks it is. He's the king of the
I'm happy
nerds
to get
now.
publicity. Everyone wants to play art games.
This game is twisted. Have you guys ever seen any Let's Play of it?
No.
Oh gosh.
No.
I think Jacksepticeye did one. It's and Jacksepticeye was kind of like, the hell? What is? I don't know. Pretty.
So, like, is it something similar to like Soda Drinker Pro or?
Ooh. You know what? I don't know. Hold on. I haven't seen that one in so long.
I remember Game Theory played it.
Let me see here.
Yeah, there's actually a game about drinking soda.
Yes and no. It's creepy and twisted like that, but I don't even know how to put it.
So is it like that Doki Doki game?
Yes, twisted as fuck. Well, but this has different pages. Oh, I love that Doki Doki game. It's so great. Just for how fucking twisted it is. It's unique.
Okay. Like, I've seen Game Theory play that too.
Yeah. Oh, gosh. Yeah, they had to censor out a lot of it.
You should have saw them when they played that, like, what was it? Like, they actually had a game where they, like, characters they were playing against actually stripped, and one person actually bent over and actually spread her cheeks for the guy. And
wow. Well, better than a bestiality show.
A pedophilia show.
Yeah.
But apparently it was with an alien.
The, host. Uh-huh. I said Amos Yee would be the host of the pedophilia game show.
Probably. Let's continue with this. Yay, I'm happy to get publicity for my game, and Double Fine's public event for indie developers in San Francisco looked like a great place for that. Time outside of E3 that this game was to a more consumer-based gamer crowd. Let's see, when was this? This was written 5 days ago. Game exactly? A time period when they came out.
Oh God. Maybe 2 ago? Yeah, I think. If not a little bit more, but it's fairly new.
Interesting. Did this person who made the game actually go about it the same way Zoe Quinn did? Just try sleeping with people? People without knowledge of art games or the discourse around them. That's not a sentence. Knowledge of art games or the discourse around them. Basically, or another, keeping up with the standards of game design.
Oh, this game sounds boring.
Well,
so basically, it's just.
I just read the second part of this, or the second paragraph, and he's like, but my game, everything is going to be okay. Isn't that sort of experience? It's an interactive, zine-based, abstract life experiences about trauma, PTSD, and surviving difficult situations.
No,
so you want me to play a game about my life? Like, no thanks. I'm living it, you asshole. That's why no one wants to play your fucking game, because you describe it like a boring asshole.
That's the cool thing about it is it's more like fucking trippy, like the little bunnies at the top. That is actually a screenshot from it. It's fucking hilarious. And it's this, little bunnies being thrown around and impaling themselves on spikes, and they're like, everything's fine, really. And they have these really fucking adorable voices. My 67-year-old mother is cracking up at people playing this game. I never would have taken it as a life experience about trauma and PTSD and surviving difficult situations.
No, because he's an artist,
Yeah. Like me, I just see it as spitting on, oh, your life is so horrible. Yes. Yeah, it happens. Welcome to life.
Well, like the way I'm taking it, like this game is like trying to take a different route than games have been, because newsflash, a lot of games have been doing that lately.
Yeah.
I listed along with Undertale. Games lately have been commenting on the nature of gaming itself. It's not like this is something unique to. Sorry, Miss Natalie Lawson, but there's going to be a lot more needed for me to be interested.
It's definitely, in my eyes, just if I would have read this, never would have even looked at the game. But having seen people play it, I find it fucking hilarious. And I wouldn't even play it thinking about, oh, life experiences, PTSD. I just fucking play it to laugh at the bunnies being impaled, which sounds really fucked up now.
See, it's people
I
like
really
you,
don't give a fuck about
the
their PTSD.
common play. You're ruining it for everyone. This is art.
Ruin all the things.
It's high-class art, which I know something about because I did a drama stream.
When you're making bunnies with only 3 holes in their face, that is not art.
I know all about art, though, because I did a drama stream on Sunday where I read Oscar Wilde with a bunch of people, and we put on quite the performance. It was amazing. It was really, really good. If you hadn't seen it, then you need to go see it because it was Broadway worthy.
Oh, I caught bits and pieces of it. The laughing was probably the most entertaining part.
When no one can hold it together because it's just so ridiculous. Yep. The fact that I made cognitive thought the manservant.
Oh gosh.
Yeah. Nailed it. I'm like, you're the
definition.
Wahaha.
It's interactive art that uses as a way to convey these messages. Yeah, still not something. It's not necessarily a game in a traditional sense. This isn't something new, Miss Lawson. I'm not sure.
Right.
My experience at the day indicated that the gaming culture may actually be getting more antagonistic about games. And all right.
Yeah. Interesting.
Are you familiar with the game Magic Circle? Sensu? I think I'm pronouncing that right.
Sestra?
You can call me Sassy, Sass, baby. Whatever. I'm okay with all of it. No, no, I haven't heard of that one.
The GT Live played around with, and it was really commenting on like the idea of how much of a game go through and like all this trauma it was getting really preachy with all of it. It'd be a case where of those things like making games that are making gamers feel bad, and I'm not sure if that has anything to do with this. Like, that's like what comes to mind when I read this. Sir. But it's like a game. I never heard of this game either.
It's such a problem that you've never heard of these games.
Let's see.
Yeah.
What? So I'm looking at the article myself, and I'm just like, God, what a fucking crybaby.
Yeah, it's what it seems like.
The morning crowd was pretty awesome, the press crowd. When the doors opened, the place got crowded really fast. People either really loved my game or didn't get it, which is expected. Round 2 is when people started to bring their kids and teens. Things started to get hostile. They were pretty rude, and it got kind of unbearable, so I had to leave the area.
Where are you?
Oh, I scrolled down a lot. It's about 3 paragraphs above the YouTuber problem.
Okay, one moment. Let me try and find it. I may have gone too far.
No, you're right there. Starts with the morning crowd.
One moment. Like.
Yep, right where your marker was. Down a little bit. So it's the transparency, then before sharing more, and then the morning crowd is the paragraph that I was looking at.
It's pretty awesome. So is this like the people who like are the gaming press she's talking about? Yeah, I bet they're going to be probably sucked a few dicks or something. I don't know.
Exactly, because it's your art game, just like a Zoe Quinn game. So we gotta give it props. It's actually good. But from looking at, I want to like fucking play with it because I don't know what else is in it. All I know is that there's these weird pages, and as you click on them, something fucking twisted is happening, and it's pretty cool. I like twisted shit.
Yeah.
Did you watch Blood Drive this summer? Speaking of twisted shit.
No.
Ah, you missed out. It is amazing.
I'm not sure if I have the channel where that would be on.
Sci-Fi.
Channel.
Yeah, it was on the Sci-Fi channel.
But anyways, let's see. So morning people either really loved my game or really didn't get it, which is to be expected. All right. So if you expected this, what is the issue? Get it. Teens, yeah, kids and teens are probably not going to be into a game in PTSD.
Yeah. Most likely no. They're probably not going to know or understand it.
Here's the thing about kids.
Isn't touched in school.
They don't get art. Like, when you take kids to a museum, they're like, that's nice. That's nice. There's never a time you're going to take a child to a museum and they're going to be like, oh, how fascinating. Look at this impressionism. Look at the brushstrokes. You can tell that he was very frustrated here when he, made this nose. They're going to be like, we have to go to the museum for a field trip. Sucks.
Yay, we get out of school.
And then in high school, you have like the few art students who are really into it, and they're pretentious dicks who no one else associates with. So like, if you're gonna make an art game, know that you're niched. Like that's what it is. You have a niche, and the people who are in that niche are gonna love it, and everyone else is gonna be like, oh.
Imagine if this person found out about the fact that there's an actual game on Steam about being a rock.
What? Fuck. I'm a rock and I'm eroding and I have moss growing on me. What? How would you even make that a game?
Did they?
I don't know.
Did they? Please tell me they called it Rolling Stones.
No, it's Rock Simulator.
Oh. Missed opportunity.
Wow. And apparently people actually bought that game.
Oh gosh. Are you serious? I
guess
Steam.
That's one way to... I'm not sure how well it's reviewed.
Speaking of, Steam. Any more Steam games? Anybody get anything fun?
I got a few strategy games.
Yeah. I haven't because I'm broke and I'm being haved.
I have that Oculus thing, and like I'm pretty sure that like because I'm not really big into games, that I am the only person who has like the stock whatever came with it loaded games. And
wow!
I'm just like, I like look through it and I'm like, holy shit! I'm on a bridge over a canyon. This is fucking awesome. And yeah, I'm pretty sure that's not what that's to be used for, but. I think it's pretty cool.
Imagine getting onto a really high trip and then just going to play that game.
Oh, dude. You better record that.
I can't do that shit drunk because I know what'll happen. I'll be like standing on top of my bed and I'll be walking along the little path and I'll actually walk and just take a fucking header right off the bed and then wake up in the hospital. Everyone will be like, what happened to you? Oh, fucking Oculus.
Oh my god, this broad has a website.
What broad?
This Nathalie Lawhead or whatever the hell her name is. Whatever. Oh my god. There's actually a website and it's cringy. Oh my god. This, you have to keep your screen on for this because it's that bad. Okay, in group chat. Oh, wow. So lock it on your screen because you got to see it load.
What? So present.
This is so fucking.
It's their Twitter page.
No, I think it's like the actual website. Actually spent money for a URL. Wait, did I?
No, group chat in the Hangout.
Oh. Okay, so should I like screen share the actual Google Hangout?
No, here, let me. Like, can I can share it to you if I can find it again. There we go. There's Twitter. I have Twitter somewhere. Dang. And aren't you working? There we go. So, oh, yeah, I can. Okay, I was about to say, I better be able to message you. There we go. Now you can throw it on up. There's a
Someone
fucking
just sent me
potato.
a message.
Yeah, that was me.
He's not paying attention to what's going on.
He sent me a
Focus
message
are
of some girl named Mackenzie sent me a message.
Oh, that's not right.
Oh, that's Mackenzie. I love Mackenzie.
A lot of people.
They're my Twitter people.
I gotta screen share my Twitter thing. Alright. Your computer? I'm just saying. That will help.
Oh my god.
Ancestor of the Meme?
Yes. Sestra the Meme.
Ancestor in front of it and see how many people. Wow.
Ancestra. Oh my.
What do you think about that, Creamy?
I'm gonna do that now. God damn it. Oh, inside jokes that nobody will get, but it'll look fucking creepy as hell.
Is Sestra like your real name?
No, it's actually May.
Okay, so we got a white screen.
I was gonna say, it's just fucking Twitter, why you gotta do that shit?
Oh, my computer is slow.
Oh.
Jason says that the Everything is Going to Be Okay game is a pay what you want.
Are you serious? That I did not know.
He said he's downloading it now. I paid $0.
Ah. That's sad. And also cringy.
Oh, now we're loading. We're loading. Let's see. We get...
Yeah, so when it comes up, it'll actually say loading website. It's cringy.
Black.
There we go. Starting website. Yes.
Ooh, it's like Oregon Trail.
Oh God! Don't make me feel old.
I just bought Oregon Trail, the card game, and it's fucking awesome.
Oh wow! I might have to.
They have a card
It is so
game?
cool. Yes, and it is really hard to beat, and it comes with a little like whiteboard type thing where you can write your own names. The first one that I went with was Brad Shit. That's what I name all my poops. So,
okay.
Wow.
Yeah. So
like break your heart, so you name all your poop Brad.
Brad Shit. Yes.
It's been the
yeah.
It's it's like Brad Pitt, but it's poop. Brad Shit.
It's poop.
So yeah. But yeah, so
funny you mentioned Brad Shit because whoa, god dang. Yeah, it takes forever to fucking load, and you'll see why.
This better be a worthwhile website, or I'm suing this person.
I mean, sometimes I just name them after actors, like, Malcolm McDoo-doo.
There you go.
Oh, supporters of Cyber Monkey.
Is that a potato?
Yep.
Potatoes. Code Kitty Canoodle Cut.
Kitten Caboodle.
Download Kitten Caboodle for the desktop. Let's play some game.
No.
HTML site. What the heck?
Right. Or enter the Flash site. What? Yeah. Isn't it? I'm just like, I get what you were trying to go with here, because apparently she's a 90s person somehow.
There's the reason this died out.
Began as a net artist in the late 90s. Bitch. I get that's what you're trying to go for. It doesn't fucking come off very well, though. And our websites weren't this fucking shit. GeoCities looked better than this.
Oh, yeah, I forgot about those.
We've gotten enough enjoyment out of this person.
That potato and the monkey reminds me of... Did anybody read the book Choke by Chuck Palahniuk?
No, you watch some weird shit.
Okay, so in the book, he like is describing as a child like searching for porn, and it's a Tarzan squatting over with a monkey shoving nuts up his ass. And that just comes up a lot in the book. So like when I saw the monkey and the potato, the first thing I thought of was that book Choke. They did a movie, but they couldn't actually do that bit. And I was so excited. I was like, yes, they're making a movie. And they're like, yeah, it's going to be one of the, most disgusting movies you've ever seen. And I'm like, yes, I'm finally going to get to see Tarzan get nuts shoved up his ass by a monkey. And they didn't fucking do it. And I was so upset. I was like, that ruined the entire movie for me. But he's a sex addict, the guy in the book.
Oh, here goes Neil deGrasse Tyson fucking trolling on flat earthers again.
I love... Yeah, so Jason read Choke. You know what I'm talking about, the monkey.
Okay. So, like it'd take too long to get the other articles up, so let's just go with what comes up.
Brown chicken, brown cow?
See, Jason can vouch. There was definitely a monkey shoving nuts up Tarzan's ass. It was very vivid. I just really fucking wanted to see it in the movie and ruin the whole movie for me.
I'm butthurt.
96.
He was like having sex on a washing machine too, so that they could get the vibrations or something. Oh,
with the nuts in his ass? Nice.
No. That not Tarzan. The other guy. The guy was a sex addict, and he, I think he was an artist.
So what is that like?
And he'd go to the strip club and draw these strippers, and he would always like describe like how they were, and he was like, "Oh, that one has ingrown hairs." It was a good book.
What the fuck? Movie to book to what?
So let's get this straight. She won't watch a 3-hour Pirates of the Caribbean thing, but she will read this type of book.
Yeah.
Apparently.
You, Allie, the more I adore you.
You're like, she's so weird. But I like Chuck Palahniuk. The first book I read by him was called Survivor, and then he also wrote Fight Club. So like he wrote a bunch of fucked up shit. He wrote Invisible Monsters. Yeah. Diary he kind of phoned in, but...
Cool. So anyway, is there anything else interesting going on the twits?
On the twatter?
I mean, unless you want to talk... Well, unless you want to talk about this whole Tree of Logic thing.
Oh. I haven't even kept up with it.
Long story short, we're both blocked.
Oh, that's right. He worked at a Ren fair. Yeah. Oh, Jason knows.
Oh my god. Tree of Logic.
Tree of Logic blocked. Can we just get a 1 if Tree of Logic blocked you in chat? Just
Okay, so side note, she's
such a hard ass though. No, let's rag on this bitch for a minute. She's such a hard ass. She's a badass. She's an anti-SJW and she's a badass and she can handle hers and she can do whatever and she's super tough and y'all better fuck off and all this, and then you say one thing that she disagrees with, fucking shived. Can we just talk about that? Like, Really?
And
She gets out there and she's like, oh, I'm such a big badass. I'm such a big badass. Bitch, you ain't shit. Straight up. And I'm just gonna throw that out there.
I mean, I only tell one joke, asking her if she stretched before she reached as far as she was, and then I get blocked. The only interaction I've ever had with her.
I called her a psycho. I wasn't even that mean. I was just like, this psycho. And
so wait, where the hell did this all start from? Because now that I look at her Twitter, I know exactly who you're talking about, but I don't know what the hell went on.
So basically, she went after some dumb American. So that nurse that was tweeting all those things about the white people, and she's like, I want all the white babies to get sacrificed to the wolves or whatever. And so some dumb American, who I agree with, actually said, she shouldn't be fired for that. Like, you shouldn't interfere with somebody's job just because they said something stupid on Twitter. Which, if you're a free speech advocate, and you're, going to go out there and you're going to be mad and you're going to keep your anonymity online because you're so worried that people are going to report to your job what you say, whether that's I disagree with feminism or, I disagree with this. And then you're going to turn around and this girl says something and you're going to go, oh, let's get her fired. You're fucking hypocrite. Like, sorry.
Maybe there was a little something to the whole crackhead thing Red Pill Black brought up.
Probably.
That's the reason why I was angry this year at VidCon when everybody was like, everybody get a hold of everybody at VidCon. And I'm sitting here, that's on them. Like, the people who are at VidCon who are pissed about it are the ones who need to be discussing this with the VidCon people, not everybody from fucking Twitter.
Right.
I'm like,
you mean
deal with
your
your
own
shit.
Sarcasium thing with
the garbage human shit, and I'm just like, you know what? Let fucking VidCon dig their own fucking graves by having the people who are actually there fucking talk to them. And then if they don't do anything about it, they'll just show everybody how VidCon works. And it did, because Anita later went off on Boogie and literally triggered him. They didn't do shit about it. And I think she's coming back this year.
I wonder how many people will come back this year.
I'm coming to VidCon only because I want to get drunk and party with a few people that are going.
You should go purchase a Stargun shirt and just wear it into there and just see what happens.
Oh shit, May, you are fucking banned. I wouldn't be surprised. Are they banning people now? Let me see the fucking shit for this year.
So anyway, I agree. I mean, if you're gonna say some stupid shit on Twitter and they're like, well, she's a nurse, so maybe some of these kids are at risk.
Yep.
Okay.
That's fair to look at.
Mm-hmm. If you're genuinely concerned, call her boss.
Handle it. Don't.
Right. Don't demand she gets fired. I mean, just hey, I had some.
What's wrong with Crowd and T did that with Rage After Storm.
I had some concerns about your employee. Here's the tweet. Maybe you want to look into that internally.
Yeah.
Fine. Okay. I'm a behaviorist at a school, so I know what I can and can't say. Some of the things that I can and can't say include wanting or wishing the extermination of a race. I lose my job.
Yep.
I don't want anyone to be exterminated, but that's besides the point. There are just certain things in my contract that it says you can't say this, or we're letting you go. We don't have to give you warning. We don't have to give you notice, blah, blah, blah. Maybe she has a stipulation like that in her contract. That's on her. She did say something really stupid. She also told everybody where she worked. So they can absolutely go to that place and say, hey, here is this tweet. But it's on the job to decide what they want to do or what the course of action is. They're investigating her, as far as what patients she's had and how she's worked and whatever. And that's fair. That's totally fair.
And then somehow Tree of Logic brings pedophilia into the discussion.
What?
going to other hospitals, and this is what was happening. They were calling other hospitals in the area to warn the other hospitals about this person who may be losing their job.
Oh,
and it's
come
possible that
on.
they may have found the wrong person too.
Yeah. So you're like ruining someone's life over a couple of dumb fucking tweets. And that to me is a line too far. To Tree of Logic, it was totally logical that you demand that this bitch get fired, which again, she wouldn't want for herself if she was in, I don't know what she did, but like she wouldn't want somebody to go to her boss. Yeah, okay, well then she definitely wouldn't want anybody to go to her boss and be like, this bitch is off the fucking reservation. You need to rein that bitch in. So she absolutely wouldn't want somebody to do that. But it's totally okay because she feels justified. She's a fucking hypocrite. That's all that is. And then, so she tweeted at some dumb American, would you report somebody who was working with children for
that was a pedophile,
for saying things that are of a pedophilic nature?
Wow.
And and some dumb American was like, I mean, really? And she's like, that's conflating or whatever she had said. She blocked me, so I'm not sure what exactly she had said in response to that. But then Tree of Logic just went off and was like, you're supporting pedophiles, and then went off on one of my friends, Danielle, who was like, what are you talking about? And she was like, you're a pedophile supporter, and this, that, and the other. And I'm like, hold the fucking phone, because that is insane. Nobody's supporting pedophiles because they don't feel the need to report things. Now, I'm a mandatory reporter. If I see that shit, I have to report it, or it's 7 years in jail. So if you post something on Twitter and you're like, I like to diddle kids, and I come across that, or you tag me in it, guess who's calling the cops? And that is because I go to jail. So now you're encroaching on my rights. If you weren't encroaching on my rights, if you were, saying something that I don't have to report, I'm not going to report it. I don't care. That's entirely up to you in your world. Somebody saying arbitrarily that all white people should sacrifice their kids to the wolves is, to me, it's not even a credible threat. Like, it's just
now then
dumb
here's
ass.
Also the other question is, are you guys okay? And this is something that I talk about a lot with a few of my coworkers. Are you okay with somebody having a very
an opinion like that?
Yes, a very negative opinion that society would see as fucking abhorrent outside of work, so long as it doesn't impact their work. Are you okay with that?
Yep.
Yeah, that doesn't
Same.
go.
I'm like, I don't care if you're a fucking, this sounds horrible, but I don't care if you're a racist. I don't care if you're sexist. I don't care if you're homophobic. I don't care if you're fucking transphobic, whatever. So long as you aren't treating people at your workplace like this, treating your customers like this, I don't care. So long as you don't let it impact your work and other people that you come across in life.
So apparently this was something someone else brought up. Apparently someone was arguing that having someone like that would be abusive to the kids because that would make them uncomfortable.
But the thing is like, if you keep your opinions to yourself, and I pointed this out to somebody also, and they were like, you're conflating that because there are tons of people who are Christian nurses and doctors who have to work with atheists. And I was in the hospital a lot with my grandma, and atheists are particular, and sometimes they ask for, in the hospital by us is run by Seventh-day Adventists, so there's a Bible in all the rooms. Me personally, I don't give a shit. I'm not even going to look at it, so it doesn't matter. But some people don't like being in the same room as that for whatever reason. That's their choice.
No, see, what you got to do
is
you write on the very first page of the Bible, thanks to my biggest supporter, love Jesus.
And then, that's awesome.
Things that I do at hotel rooms.
But, I mean, they'll ask to have that removed. And I've heard nurses talk about it. Like, oh, that person, you know, they're an atheist and, you know, this, that, and the other, and, you know, I have to go in there and, you know, negatively talking about their patients out loud, on the clock, at work.
Oh, no.
And I'm around. And so it's like, I mean, I can hear you, but does that change the level of care they're giving the patient? No. So am I going to say something to their boss about it? No, because sometimes you're at work and you need to blow off some steam and things piss you off.
Oh, yeah.
Their point was racism is just about hatred. Religion is mostly about love. And I'm like, look, there are dark parts of every religion, and there are tons of people who are extremely religious who hate. So you're not going to tell me that, you know, racism only comes out of a bad place, because in some cases, racists think they're doing the right thing. They think that the other race that they hate is detrimental to the success of their race, and that they're doing other people a favor. You know,
that's actually human nature in general. Everybody does what they think is best for them at the time that they do it, whether it be hitting somebody because of whatever. And the only reason that other people have a problem with this is because they've come to learn otherwise. If that person knew what we knew, how we knew it, then they wouldn't have done it in the first place. It's work, and it's a horrible way to justify people's behaviors. But it helps you better understand why people act the way they do. Right. Yeah, anyways.
And I mean, both are abhorrent. I mean, but you can't just say like segregation is okay if it comes from a place of love, but it's not okay if it comes from a place of hate. It's the same thing. Segregation is the same. It's the same whether you're doing it because you love someone or you're doing it because you hate them. It's still segregation. It still puts somebody at a detriment. So to me, it's the same thing. I don't care what the motivation is. You're being an asshole.
Yeah.
And you know, so for me, it's like, if she's going to have this ideology and that's her ideology at home, she's not getting paid when she's at home. She's not getting paid when she's on Twitter, you know, whatever it is. And she goes to work.
It's not impacting, you know, the children's lives while she's at work.
And she does a bang up job and she saves a lot of kids' lives. Then, you know what? Fuck it. Who cares? That's her stupid opinion online. That's her stupid opinion online. She can have it. She's entitled to it. Now, if it does start impacting her work to where lots of kids are dying or getting very sick or not getting better, and then you find her Twitter and you're like, okay, well, then you nail that bitch to the wall. I mean, you throw premeditated in there, anything you can at this woman, put her away forever. You know, murder, premeditation, planning, like, do it, and you should.
Neglect.
But if it's if it's not helping, or if it's not harming her at work, and I've worked with people who are racist. Hispanic people are some of the most racist individuals you'll ever meet in your life. And like, if you can't speak Spanish, I mean, the thing, like, see, living in Florida, I can understand a lot of Spanish. I don't speak it. And I was managing, and I would hear my team talking about me and saying some of the most racist shit. But damned if they couldn't stock those shelves. So I didn't give a fuck what they were talking about. I didn't care if it was, you know, we hate the white girl that's running our deal. I don't care. I made a bonus every quarter. Fine, like, you'd say what you want.
The other thing that pisses me off is when these businesses, when these employers are approached that one of their employees has done, said, blah, blah, whatever, outside of work. Because why aren't these workplaces, if these are stand-up employees, standing up for their employee and going, no, they still have every right in the world to have their opinions and their views outside of work.
Now, if
it's not impacting our workplace.
Because they don't want to deal with it.
That's the fine line when it comes to the employer versus the employee's life outside of what is necessarily making that company look bad.
I'll tell you, as somebody who managed people, like, what my employees did when I wasn't paying them was not my business. But
see, and that's my thing.
But if you brought that to work, so say, for example, I have an employee who recreationally uses marijuana, which is illegal in the state of Florida.
Mm-hmm.
That's fine. If they're not smoking when they're on the clock.
If you're not high at work, yep.
Don't care. Like, it is none of my business how you spend your money. The only thing that is my business is that you show up from when to when I schedule you, that you do your job, and then you leave. If you get hurt and I have to give you a drug test and you do not pass that drug test, I will fire you.
It's on you. Yeah.
I have
That's
to.
just how it goes. Yeah.
But
Yeah.
other than that, I'm not going to dig into your life. Like, it's just whatever. If you have harmful opinions, keep them to yourself. Don't let me hear them. Like, if you want to,
don't bring it to work.
If you want to talk shit about the company that you work for when you're not on the clock, I can't stop you. I have no control over you. But if you're on my sales floor and you're running your mouth about how much your job sucks, I'm going to fire you.
Yeah, especially to the customers, and this is why I could never do customer service at my work.
Yeah, I mean, I only have so much control over you, but when I have control over you, you will do what is expected, and you will do as asked, or I'm going to fire you. Beyond that, like, whatever, I'm not going to search you out. I'm not going to be like, I heard you talking shit in the parking lot about me, and some managers will. I heard you talking shit about me in the parking lot while you were on your lunch. I don't give a fuck. If you're doing what you're supposed to be doing, you think I'm a bitch? You're probably right.
Cool, bitch. I'm still getting paid. Yeah.
Yeah, like I probably told you to do something that you didn't like and you needed to vent. That's cool. I've had employees that have come to me off the floor and said, can we talk for a second? I've taken them into like the refrigerator and they've just screamed at me for 20 minutes about how, this customer is such a piece of shit. As long as you're not doing it on my sales floor, I don't care. Yeah. Like, I do not care.
Don't do it on Allie's sales floor. Got it.
Like, and I think more people need to take that sort of attitude where, and I've had bosses in schools that I've worked in that are like, I know that you guys are saying things about me. Like, don't be a fucking girl about it. You're the boss. It's not things about you. It's things about the boss. So separate yourself. Like,
how dare you?
I might think you're a great person.
That's victim blaming.
But you told me, to do something that I disagreed with. And so now I'm going to be like with my friend and I'm going to say like, oh gosh, I don't like my boss. And of course, my friend might then turn around and be like, oh, do you know what Allie said about your boss skills? And then you're going to be like, I know that everybody talks about me. And me, generally, I don't, like, if I don't like you, you know about it. But, like, everybody's going to have their own little places where they go to vent, or they're going to vent to somebody that's going to run their mouth. And, then the boss is going to be like, I'm really disappointed that you guys are talking about me behind my back. And it's like, you're the boss. You have to expect a certain level of that. It's going to happen. And it's not because you're a bad person or everybody hates you. It's because you're the boss.
And that's something else, is what happened to, it's horrible. What happened to privacy? Could have a private conversation and it
This is what happens when you beat it into your head that you are actually in a culture where then anything goes.
Yeah. The horrible thing is I'm sitting here and I'm like, no, I know plenty of fucking black people about their white neighbors, but are actually still nice to their white neighbors. They may hate them, but they're still cordial to them. And I would much rather know that, hey, privately they're a dick, but at least in person they're nice to me, than, oh my God, they fucking hate me. They're just completely fucking lying. That makes sense? Right. Yeah. It's where the bit comes in. It's like, no, I'm okay with not knowing whether or not somebody hates me. They deserve that privacy. Yeah. If I deem them, shitty to my life, then I'll take them out. Right. Literally.
Well, and that's the thing. Like, I think people feel entitled to your time, and they feel entitled to like your politeness. And it's like, I don't have to be polite to you or respect. Respect is something that is earned with the blood, sweat, and tears you spent paying for it. Period. But if, somebody comes in and says something and they're like, you don't respect me. No, I don't know you. Of course I don't respect you.
Yep.
If I gave every single person on the planet my respect to start with, it's not earned. And it's not real. So I could tell you, I respect you so much. I don't. And I'm certainly not going to go out of my way to make you feel comfortable. That's not what I do. So, like, if I like you and you're my friend and we talk, we build up a rapport, and of course I'm going to gain some respect for you. But it's like random strangers will be like, you'll interact with them on Twitter, you'll have a disagreement of like whatever opinion, and they'll be like, you don't respect me. No, of course I don't. And they're like, you should respect everyone. Well, where did you get that notion? Who gave that to you? Who said that you are owed something? You're not owed shit from anybody. Nobody
your
is.
Fucking parents, your shitty ass parents that didn't fucking parent you right. I mean, now I'm gonna be thrown in the gulag.
Oh my gosh.
Stupid. Yeah.
It's to me, it's ridiculous. That amount of demanding respect, like,
the expectation is just so freely given because your parents did it and pushed your fucking teachers to do it. Dear God.
It's like,
she's like, when they took discipline out of schools.
Yeah, my kids don't respect me. I mean, until I give them a reason to. And kids are the most honest. Like, because they're not going to respect you until you give them a reason to. And if you don't put them in their place and give them a reason to respect you, they're going to walk all over you. The youngest child, right up to, 18-year-olds in high school. But, like, I mean, I've had 2-year-olds look at me and be like, no. And if I didn't give them a reason to do whatever it was I was telling them to do, that was it. Like, they owned my ass for the rest of the year. First year I worked at teaching, I was watching preschoolers nap, right? And, I was like, I'm going to be the cool teacher. I'm going to be the nice teacher. I'm going to be the teacher that all the kids like and all the kids want to, hang out with. Yeah, the problem with that is, like, you're watching them nap. So they're 5 and they don't want to sleep. And you're like, please go to sleep. Oh, let me rub your back. Oh, what do you need? Do you want a book? Do you want that? They're not going to take a nap because they already know they got my number. They're like, she's soft. I don't have to do anything. They'll get up off their cots and walk around. I'm like, what are you doing? So halfway through the year, it's like, well, yeah, of course they're crazy because look what you did. You made that happen. You let them walk on you, and now they don't respect you. That's on me. That's not on them. I did not give them a reason to learn my lesson. I have never had a class that didn't respect me because I give them a reason to. And, like, it's part of it. And everyone's just like, oh, it's so hard. And remember when kids used to respect their teachers? Yeah, used to respect the teachers because the teacher would demand that respect. They didn't just walk in and expect the kids to respect them because the kids should respect them. Like, this is what you should do. No, they walked in with a certain presence and commanded attention and commanded respect.
Yep.
Respect is earned.
If not that, like, teachers were able to, even after they took discipline itself at schools, teachers were still able to, how do I say this, mouth off to the kids, and the parents would be like, nope, you deserved it. You should have been listening.
Right.
But
it's
now,
totally different culture now. Yeah.
People sit here and go, oh, my school teacher. No. When I was in the 6th grade, I had a teacher. When I get sick, I'm deathly sick.
Wow.
Fuck. Raise my hand, ask her if I can go. She says no. She didn't like me. Alec, I am. Raise my hand. Well, can I at least go to the bathroom? Oh, fine. Bitch, I went to a fucking nurse's office. I come back. After the nurse's office, I start packing up my stuff. Where do you think you're going? I'm going home. Here's my note from the nurse. I'm sick. I have over 102-degree temperature. I gotta go home. And I go, is there any homework? Well, you can find that out for yourself. Now, can't you, little sneak? I'm like, you can sit there and a stern teacher without being a cunt. It's like, child is sick. You might want to check on it. But yeah, right. Anyways, as where I was going with that is there's a difference between like literally bullying a fucking child versus saying them down and going, no, you need to fucking do this. I don't care. You're not leaving your desk until you finish this, paperwork, whatever. And that's the way that I was raised. Until that Capuchin bitch, I swear.
Yeah.
But see, I'm sorry. That's just bad teaching. Like, I mean,
yeah.
Even if you don't like a kid, yeah.
No, I'm the same way. But even when it comes to, I just wish that teachers were still able to reprimand children, not physically, but reprimand children. Now the schools sit there and they fucking are scared shitless of being sued. Why the fuck are we able to fucking sue schools? I don't know. When it comes to that shit, unless your child is actually being fucking abused or mutilated or some kind of shit that you can prove, I don't understand it. You shouldn't be able to sue just because your kid's fifis were hurt. Oh, anyway, sorry. Ramble.
That's what happens usually on these streams.
I'm actually really proud of the way that our school handles it.
Oh, how's your school handle it?
We have a system of earning. Mm-hmm. So our children are given, we call them point sheets at the beginning of every day. And they start out with 100 points. And basically the same way a grading scale works, 90 to 100 is an A, 80 to 90 B, whatever. But we do it in dollar amounts. So anything below 60 doesn't earn you any money. Anything in the A category earns you $1. B's earn you 75 cents. C's earn you 50 cents. D's earn you 25 cents. F's nothing. So
wow.
It's all different categories, right? Respect, keeping your area clean, doing your work, following directions, whatever. And the kids earn points in each area. They also earn points for wearing their uniform and for bringing back their homework and their point sheets.
So for doing what they were supposed to be doing in the first place in class.
Right. So, yeah, but I mean, think about how many times you do bring your homework back or whatever. They get graded on their homework, but they are also graded on their behaviors for bringing things back. So the point sheets have to come back signed by a parent every day. That's a set amount of points if you don't bring them back. So if you don't bring your homework, you don't wear your uniform, and you don't bring your point sheet, you can't earn $1 that day. So all of that stuff is just out the window.
They actually earn money?
They earn money, yes.
Like real physical money, not like class money?
No, like it's like class money.
Okay. So it's like, what? But you're incentivizing children to learn by giving them money?
Right. So a lot of my kids are like extremely poor, so they don't really know the concept of money, right?
Yeah.
So as you go out through the day, they will either choose to earn their points or they will choose not to earn their points. They're not losing them. I'm not taking them away. They're making that choice to earn or not to earn.
Yep.
It's their choice and it's totally on them, and that's the verbiage that we use. In the course of the day, you know, you'll have meltdowns or things that get broken or, you know, whatever they're doing. Not listening, running around the classroom. Mine are 5, so, you know, they do whatever. Oh, gosh. They're, you know.
I love you, and I'm sorry for you.
they're little turds, but they're really cute. I fucking love my class because I really love what I do. So
all right.
At the end of the day, they're given what we call dollar time. So if they earn a certain amount of points, then they can play with certain toys. So obviously the toys that they want to play with, that they want to play with all the time, those are the ones for the higher amounts. And if they don't earn points, then they can just sit at the table with one crayon and a piece of paper. And that's what they spend the last. That's what they spend the last.
I like that because you're not giving them something physically that they can take home,
right?
But you're giving them an experience.
It's
kind of like teaching them work.
Here's the kicker. So 5 days in a week, so they have potential to earn $5. Then we have what's called a dollar store. So on Fridays, we go to the dollar store. The children can choose to spend their money that day, or they can choose to save their money and wait for the next week, or they can choose to buy something small and save the rest of whatever they earned. So like we have things that go in the dollar store all the way up to bikes. And these kids, they don't have anything. I mean, like literally they don't have anything. So like a Matchbox car means the world to these kids. So you're like, so you take them every Friday, and that's something that they've been working for all week. So they can see what they've worked for, and they know what they can purchase.
Yep.
Yeah. So
I like it because you're teaching them.
Yeah. So they'll see something big. So like a lot of my kids really wanted headphones because, you know, they have little devices and they're not allowed to use them because they're too loud. And if only they could have headphones, and they don't. So headphones are, I think the cheapest ones are like $8. And so you have to save for more than a week to get them. So the ones that they like are the bigger ones. Those are, I think, like $12 or $15. So they have to save for a couple weeks. So they'll see a goal and they'll know that they have to work to get there.
Yeah.
And then they learn the concept of saving their money as well. So like I can't get something nice unless I save. So they learn how to use a bank. They learn how to, you know, how to behave themselves in class and how to work for something. So there's that reminder every day. Like if you earn your points in the last half hour, you can do whatever you want. But if you don't earn your points, then you can't. So they get it instantly, and they also get it in a long term, so that they're starting to think. Awesome. They're starting to think more collectively. Like, I need to behave all week because I really want whatever it is that they're after. And it works. You know, it helps them. It helps them in a lot of different areas, and it works just like at a job. You know, you're given a raise and you're incentivized when you do well. So if you're not doing well, then that's how it works. So it's actually a really good system for kids, and I'm super proud. I'm super proud of the school that I work for, because it's really awesome. In addition to that, it also gives us clues as to what's going on. So like, if I have a kid that eats lunch and then just fucking loses it, well, what's the kid's problem? He had too much sugar at lunch. Okay, maybe he can't deal with carbs. Or I have kids that eat breakfast and eat lunch and then they take a nap afterwards. Well, what's going on with that kid? You know, every time they eat, they crash and they're a wreck. They fall asleep. Well, those are hallmarkers for, especially in African American children, juvenile diabetes.
Yeah.
So I can then turn that over to their parents. Hey, maybe you want to see a doctor because every time they eat, these are the foods that we eat. there's a section for notes about what they do all day. So I can keep accurate and detailed notes about like when this child had a meltdown, what was the precursor, so that I can go back and look at it and go, oh, okay, this kid had a meltdown when I got stressed and raised my voice. So this child cannot be talked to that way. So it trains me to look after them better, and it gives their parents accurate data on how their day is, and they can then take that to the doctors. Like I have kids that are autistic or whatever. They can then take it to the doctors and ask the doctors for more OT or more speech or more whatever. This is what I'm getting from the teacher every day. These are the behaviors. These are the problems. What can we do to fix that? So that way they're able to partner with us and work a little bit on it. So
that is very awesome.
It's a fucking great system. Yeah. It's fantastic.
Well, see, and I live in a, like, our schools are crap out here. So I literally tell my mother I'm like, I don't care. Whenever any of the schools are coming by, any of their fundraising, I don't care if it's something you don't want. Find something on that fucking list or menu that you can get, because our schools need it. Anytime that we have any fundraising, I'll do it. My ex-boyfriend, current plaything, whatever. He works for the special ed kids. I still call it special ed, whatever. And he has told me so much about the politics behind being a teacher. It's disgusting.
Yep.
It's fucking disgusting how are on the teachers and what teachers can and can't do during the class for the classroom to get the classroom. Oh, I feel for you.
I'm fortunate my bosses are really awesome and they do a lot of our fighting for us. So I mean, like, I have literally no complaints about my bosses at all, which, you know, most people would be like, that's crazy, you're just kissing their ass. But like, if I have a problem and I go to them and I'm like, I need this for the class, or I need this, they're like, okay, don't worry, we'll figure it out, and I'll have it.
Yep. Nice.
You know, I don't have that problem.
I honestly have nothing to add to this.
But it's 9:30, so we're cutting it off, right?
So is there anything you want to close out with, Incestra?
No. Other than thank you guys for having me. I had a lot of fun tonight.
Yeah, thanks for coming. I'm glad I got to stream with you because I didn't get to do that this morning.
Well, thank you all for watching. Please have a nice time doing whatever it is you do, and remember, pedophilia is bad.
Yes.